Hey there everybody, it is time! I have put together a crazy design. I've been gathering all the materials and now I'm gonna go build it, but you won't get to see it for, who knows, maybe like a month or something. But I guess when you're hearing me say this, you're about to see it. So, timelines, huh? What I'm rambling about is the new Darkwytch Build Contest is upon us. We are almost out of time and we have a design to build. There's a lot of building going on over there in the contest. Yep, you got that right. Hey, buddy. And hey, I'm trying to record here. Okay. You done? Yeah? Okay. Anyway, I'm going to be building this now for me in current time, but you won't be seeing it till much later in your current present time.
Taking one more breath beside you, so I could find strength to divide us. Gave it all we got and I know we did the best we could. If I could go back, undo the mess, I would memorize your face before I go. But this is how we grow. Gotta give it up sometimes, let's go. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame, nothing really stays the same. This is how we go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. There is nothing lost between us. And oh, I know you have your reasons. Some days I'm a mess, but I know there's a rainbow over all of the past. Your head on my shoulder, but I know we're better on our own. But this is how we go. Gotta give it up sometimes, let's go. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame, nothing really stays the same. This is how we go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to let go. Sometimes we hold on to this is how it goes. Gotta give it up sometimes, let's go. And knowing when to kill your pride. There's no one to blame, nothing really stays the same. This is how we go. This is how we go. Sometimes we hold on to let go.
Just look at these amazing builds. The Zetas are pretty dang incredible if you ask me. I've looked over everyone else's builds and I gotta say, every one of these builds has something unique in it that just blew me away. So just way to go, Zetas. I am impressed. Now this is obviously my build right here. You guys just saw me build it, I would assume, even though this is much later again for me because the voting is now over and I can actually show this place off and show you the surrounding areas. So this build is sort of a gallery. You see, Darkwytch has her gallery in the shopping district where she sells custom banners and all that. And so I thought I'd kind of continue that theme. Like back here at her main area, there's going to be her own little private gallery, and that's what this is. So the building design is a little bit weird. You know, it's not your basic house or something like that. It's a weird, fancy, artistic gallery, right? But obviously something happened. So when I built this all up as a gallery, and then I added the magic, and the magic destroyed it quite a bit, as you can see. So let's go ahead and walk up and talk about some things. First of all, look at these lights. I mean, come on, right? I'm sure someone else has discovered this before, but I hadn't. Over here, you can see a little bit of this design. We got this thing over here, and then this one over here. I saw it in Corrales' video, and it looked way better in his. I'm not exactly sure how he managed to get it to line up properly, but yeah, it's kind of like an overgrown garden box. So let's go ahead and head on in really quick. Here we have a little bit of overhang on the, I guess, a mezzanine area up above, and it's got some depth to it with a bit of a unique roof design here. Props if you can tell me what those two blocks are. And then over here we have the main gallery. Now you see there's paintings, there's pedestals with stuff on them showing off the fancy valuables that Darkwytch has come across in her travels. But then over here there's something special. You see, this is a crate that Darkwytch has had sent in from faraway lands. And this is the lid to it. She probably ripped off the lid, tossed it over there, and went straight to work on putting her amethyst crystal into position. And if we take a look really quick, you can see a little bit of the remnant. Some of the amethyst shards have fallen off, and we have all this wonderful packing popcorn, which kept the crystal, I guess, fairly safe. If shards of amethyst have fallen off, it probably wasn't the best traveling conditions. But anyway, as we can see, she decided to place the crystal on top of a skull catalyst, not knowing that in doing so, she has released a crazy magic into the land. So first of all, with this interaction, crazy things happen. Look at that. They interact and the magic spreads. Here on the ground, we can see the first bits of the skulk magic spreading. It grows out in these sort of veiny lines, and then the edges corrode into skulk. And you can see how it's kind of traveling around the area, spreading slowly. If we take a look on the outside, we can even see it's spreading through the walls into the ground, and surely this is not good. Hopefully something can be done to contain this magic before it gets too out of control. But that's not all. See, Darkwytch herself uses the amethyst's magic abilities. I don't think she realized what would happen when mixed with the catalyst energies. But as you can see, the amethyst magic has gotten out of control as well, and it is spreading in tendrils throughout the build. Now let's finish taking a look in here before we take a look at the whole story on the outside. So over here, we just got a bit of a workstation. Darkwytch probably tests out all of her theories on skulk magic and amethyst magic over here, and yeah, has a good view while she does it. And then there's two of these windows, one on each side. I made it so you could fly in and out if you wanted to, and tried to give it just a different fantasy kind of vibe. And we got some glazed terracotta in here and over in that window. And then we also have a bit of decoration up there with also some glazed terracotta. A little bit of shelf, but no shelf on that side, and there's a reason for that. But let's head on up to the mezzanine level. And you can see it's got a nice overlook. You can really see everything. If this was a proper gallery and didn't have this magic destroying everything, this would present an amazing view. So let's go ahead and use the Freecam to take a look at this thing from the sky and just get a better view of this thing than I could normally. So here you can see the magic is spreading out in tendrils. It's got 3 branches there, and then it splits again over here and goes 2 different directions. So there's 4 tendrils that are leaving the inner area. Now, if we follow, say, this tendril, you can see it sort of spreads as it hits the roof up here. What's happening is there's an amethyst magic beam on the inside, and it's surrounded by this magical aura around it. Now, this aura is devastating. Anything it touches is removed and turned into aura. Nothing can stand within the aura's field. But anything that touches the outside of the aura starts getting corrupted into amethyst, and then the amethyst starts to spread. What we're seeing here is this aura, say right here, is touching the wall behind it, and so they've all turned to amethyst. And then here we see that from the outside, the beam carries on and is brought up into this ball of energy. The amethyst magic is out of control, and these tendrils are coming together and forming a ball of unstable amethyst magic that is probably way too powerful for any of us Zetas. Who knows what will become of this, but it's a little freaky if you ask me. Here we have the lower split tendril. It busts through this wall, and then it arced and came back in and through that wall, and then it arced on the inside and came back out. It's taken a long path to get here, so it's not to the orb just yet, but when it reaches, oh, it's gonna be over. One little detail I really love, you see I got this kind of like side arm that's got a little bit of shrubbery on top of it, and the same is mirrored over on this side. But this side, the amethyst has touched the leaves, and even the leaves are turning to amethyst crystals. If left unchecked, this whole building will turn to amethyst and then spread to all the other builds, so that is no good. And then finally, we have this obsidian pillar that goes through the center. Now, obsidian is a lot more powerful, and it was only able to get rid of a few blocks of it, it seems like, up here. But as you can see, the magic doesn't turn the obsidian into amethyst. It's doing something else to it. It's corrupting the obsidian. So this was already a pretty funky build design because of the weird shapes and everything I had going for the gallery itself. And then you add in all this crazy magic stuff going around, you might not realize what's really happening. So I wanted to tell you guys just how all of this came about and what the story was. And hopefully now it makes a little more sense. So I didn't win, you guys. I mean, I tried so hard to tell you guys to vote for me, and you didn't do it. But that's okay, because look at these other builds around here. They are incredible. And if I'm going to lose to anybody, I'm happy I lost to the other 5 Zetas who competed in the build contest. You may also be wondering what I gave as a prize. You see, the entry fee for the contest was a shulker full of some sort of stuff. And that could be different things to different people. But I did take a peek at one point at some of the prizes, and there was a shulker full of leaves. Now to me, that's huge. I would so love to have won and gotten the leaves when I didn't. But anyway, my prize box consisted of I believe 10 diamond blocks. There was, I think, a couple stacks of gold ore. There was some stacks of iron blocks. I think there was a stack of golden apples. But there was one prize that was a key special prize that I gave out. And I wanted to let everybody know about it. You see, in the middle of my prize box, I left a book. Yep, a book. How about that? You win and you gotta read. You gotta read like 5 pages. So I'll summarize for you. The winner now gets half off at all of my shops for the rest of the season. Yep. Woohoo! Congrats to you, you winner. I know who you are, but it's not public knowledge yet, so I'm not gonna say. So you, the winner, you get half off at Glow and the Tannery and Little Glow for the rest of the season. Yep. And any other shops I build throughout the season also apply. Unfortunately, shops like Shell Castillo and the Dark Cathedral, where I have a bit of a partnership with them, they do not count. You still got to pay full price at those places. Oh, and I did plan on winning this contest originally, I was like, this is in the bag because it's so magical. But it wasn't magic enough. Anyway, if I was to have won, I would have given my prize shulker to second place because the book, that wouldn't have really done me any good. And I wanted to make sure somebody got the book. But unfortunately, it didn't happen. And now I don't get anything. But maybe you like my video. Maybe you might like my build. Yeah. But there is not a lot of time to rest on the server right now with everything going on. And as I mentioned in the last episode, Darkwytch and Geek are putting on yet another build contest. So it is right back to the grind. So time to wipe off these tears, get over the fact that I lost, and build something maybe a little less fantasy driven. Yeah. Maybe something easier to see. I'll start with a box and go from there, okay? But anyway, everybody, thanks so much for watching the video. And if you voted, thank you so much for voting, no matter who you voted for. I'm just happy to have competed in my first ever build contest. I had a blast. So for now, from the amazing ZetaCraft server, I say toodaloo to all of you. Later, guys.